Good morning to everyone. I have some people here with me on Periscope as well as on Facebook Live. And on Periscope, I wanted to show you all, and Facebook Live, hopefully I'll get to it by the end of the video today. Hey Rashida, good morning to you. I wanted to show you all my website where you can actually subscribe. I've had a lot more people to subscribe lately, but I'm gonna start sending out a lot more promotions and coupons and things that I have going on. And I'm sorry, Facebook, I actually got a call. So if you're not actually subscribed to my website, I definitely suggest that you go subscribe today. That's Tramika.Craddock.com. Good morning, Dr. May. Thank you so much for joining me. It encourages me every time I see you and you tell me that I helped you on Topic Tuesday. That really encourages me. I spoke with someone last week. I had a work lunch, and that's where you go like during a lunch hour and kind of work with somebody. Kind of made that up. But I had a work lunch, and I was telling that person that every time someone tells me that, you know, something that I said is encouraging to them, that encourages me. So oftentimes I do get inboxes or text messages or phone calls. Sometimes you all say things on Topic Tuesday. So definitely let me know what's helping, what's encouraging, because those are the type of things I would know that I need to expound on. So I hope I got a really good view on both here. Good morning to everyone that has joined me on Periscope and Facebook. Thank you for joining me today, taking out time of your morning to join me. I am Tramika Craddock. I am Tramika Craddock planner, consultant, coach. I'm just getting phone calls and voicemails, and so I apologize, Facebook family, but I'm in a different location today. Y'all see behind me, it's like a rustic, the place is actually called Rustic Couch, but it's like a really nice rustic feel. I love, you can't really see as much as Periscope can see, but I love this particular location. It's not as cold as my other Panera Bread. You know, I tell y'all that's my off-site work location, but Panera Bread is always freezing. Somebody need to tell them they need to turn the thermostat up. But I am Tramika Craddock, planner, consultant, coach. What that means is I have an event planning company, Prestigious Events by Tramika Craddock, where I do event planning, coordination, as well as consulting. So that is a part of my business. And then I'm also a certified relationship and business coach. And on that side, I help wife-mom-preneur. That's a multitasking, well, a loving wife. Someone who can balance being a loving wife, the time-consuming task of being a mother, as well as own and operate and run her own business. So what I do, what I do on the event planning side with my clients on the coaching side, I help them be able to plan and organize their lives so that they're able to wear all those hats as a mother, as a wife. Sometimes some of us are in ministry, and as a business owner, that it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of things that we have to do. So what I do on the coaching side is I help women in those particular areas if they're having trouble with their marriage, but they know their marriage can work, they're just not sure how. I come in as a success strategist. I provide them tips and strategies, tools on how to move forward in marriage, also in the area of children as well as business, whether they have already started their business or if they're an aspiring entrepreneur. So that's what I do on the side as a life coach. I really believe that we are able to balance all the hats of being a woman alone, and then when you add to it a wife, a mom, as well as business, sometimes it can get difficult and it's hard to balance day-to-day life efficiently. But I believe that you can do it. Well, I know that you can do it because I'm doing it, right? So what I want to do is just help people, or help women who are in the same boat as me, same shoes as me, to be able to effectively balance their day-to-day life. Oftentimes I feel like we get lost in just being the wife because it's too much to do all the other stuff, or we get lost in just being the mother because it's too much to do all the other stuff, and we oftentimes lose ourselves. But everybody has been born with something inside of them, and it's a group of people waiting for that thing that's inside of you. Hey Missy, it's a group of people waiting for you to live out your dreams, waiting for you to do what you were called to do on this earth. So I am here, and that's what I do with my clients to help on the coaching side. So enough about me. I want to jump right in. I sprung on, I think it was Saturday night. I sprung on. I talked about, my refueling process that morning. I went to a women's empowerment session, And I said I was going to go into something, but I was going to wait till Topic Tuesday. So we're taking a little twist today, a little turn, looking at something a little bit differently today. And I'm going to go quickly here. I've been talking about for the last several weeks, organizing and planning day-to-day life, you know, getting organized so that you can efficiently move through your day-to-day life. And I've been giving a lot of strategies and tips and things of that nature. Hey, Miranda, thank you so much for joining me. And what I want to do is kind of look at a foundation today. If we just put that to the side just for a moment and make sure that our foundation is correct, because we cannot keep building on a foundation that's not solid. So that's what I want to do today. So if you have not already seen, the title of today's Periscope and Facebook Live video is, Are You Repositioned for Success? Are you repositioned for success? So a few days ago, one day last week, I don't remember, I post a lot during the week. It might have been Saturday, actually. I had this thought of, if you want change, because so many of us say, well, you know, I don't like this about my life and I want this to change and this should be better and things of that nature. Well, if you want change, are you repositioning yourself for change? You're driving and listening. Thank you, Nicole, for joining me. Are you repositioned to bring about that change in your life? Because oftentimes we wait for an outside source. I'm waiting for my spouse to change. I'm waiting for my kids to stop having behavior problems. I'm waiting for me to get more customers in my business. No, it starts with us. So what are you doing individually to reposition yourself for change? So that's some of the things that I want to talk about today. So what I said when I posted that is, if you want change, reposition yourself for change. And what does that look like? You may need to change physically, mentally, or emotionally. So I just want to talk about those three just real quick. And that's what I have for you all today. So let's start with physically. And I'm looking at my notes when I look down here, because I wrote down some stuff because it was just coming to me and I wanted to write it down. If we want change and we need to reposition ourselves for change physically, what does that look like in your life? Does that mean that you need to change the family members that you're constantly connected with or constantly hanging out with, or the friends? And I'm not saying drop them off or cut them off, your friends or your family members, but what does that look like? Do you need to start spending less time with them and working more on your business, or being with your spouse a little bit more instead of being at the family member house, the mom house, the dad house, you know, the sister house? Do you need to stop being with your friends so much and start doing more in the area of motherhood? And I know a lot of people will say, well, they always talking about, well, I need to change my circle. Sometimes you really do need to change who you're around. That brings me to my next thought. We need to reposition ourselves around people who we desire to be like. And I'm not saying that you want to directly image their life and be just like them and, you know, walk in the same shoes. But if I see a successful business owner, woman business owner, and I desire to have the success that she has, then I need to start sitting amongst those people. And real quickly, I wanted to give the definition of reposition. I forgot. Place in a different position, adjust or alter the position of. Reposition, I'm going to say that again. Place in a different position, adjust or alter a position of. And the example that they gave was, try repositioning the thermostat in another room. So that doesn't mean, that example that they gave, that doesn't mean, well, I'm going to be amongst the group, but I'm not going to talk as much. I'm going to try to work on my business on my phone or my laptop while I'm sitting amongst the group. No, they said to move the thermostat to a totally different room. So you may need to move to a total different circle of people. And I just wanted to use that example. So, you know, if I desire to do better in the area of motherhood, who do I know that's a great mom that I can ask to mentor me, or just to sit amongst, or, you know, can I spend time with your family, my family, so that I can learn some things? And that's another thing. Sometimes we need to reposition ourselves to be amongst older people. I know sometimes as young people, we don't want to do that. We think they're boring. They have so much wisdom to offer us, especially with this generation. So who are you sitting amongst? Who do you need to reposition yourself and sit amongst now? I always talked about this last week and a few times prior to that. The people that you're connected to, the circle of people, are they helping you or hindering you to get to your next place of success? And that's some of the things that we have to look at. Physically, I'm looking at my notes here. I talked about being amongst the people who we desire to be like, especially in the area of marriage as well. I didn't use that one for an example. I use business and motherhood. But even in marriage, are you connected to some positive, healthy married couples who are in relationship? It's just not okay to be just connected to any married couples. It needs to be a married couple or couples who have positive, healthy relationships that and again, not to be just like them, but you can look up to them. You can ask them for strategies and tools. They're celebrating 25 years of marriage and 30 years of marriage. And it's just not enough to say I'm celebrating that many years. They have to have a positive, healthy relationship. People who are still in love with each other. What are they doing? You can ask for tools and strategies and tips. Ask them to mentor you. Again, connect your families together. Go out to eat with them. Things of that nature. We have to reposition ourselves around people who we desire to be in the place that they're in. And again, not desiring to be just like them, but desiring to have the success that they have, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in business, whether it's in being a mother. I want to flip that a little bit and talk about finances. Are we in a position for business? Are we in a position where we can financially make these type of investments that we need to make for our business to go to the next place or to the next place of success? We may need to change our spending habits. Stop buying all the purses and the handbags. That's not going to build your business. So I get that stuff is nice and cute and we're trying to impress and things of that nature. But what do I need to do today? Thank you for all the hires, y'all. My boo came on. He gave me like 20 hires. What do I need to do today that's going to help my business in the future? What investments do I need to make today that's going to help my business in the future? Buying handbags and purses, again, I'm not against that. I know some people say, well, I work every day, so I deserve it, and I just like nice stuff, and if I can afford it, I can buy it. That's fine, great, grand. And if you do have it like that, or you want to do that, that's fine. But are you making investments in the proper place today? Are you making investments in your marriage, going to marriage retreats instead of buying the handbags or the shoes? Are you making investments in your children, getting them extra help and tutoring and extracurricular activities instead of spending it on traveling and things of that nature? Are you making investments in the right place today? So that's what I mean about changing your finances. You may need to start saving. So yes, come on. You may need to start saving so that you can make more investments in the area of your marriage or in motherhood with your children or in the area of business. We need to, lastly, when I talk about reposition ourselves physically, we may need to move out of our comfort zones. What are you doing? You can't stay stuck in the same place. If 5 years ago when you started your business and you're in the same place, then obviously you need to do something different. So what does that different look like? You may need to reposition yourself out of your comfort zone. That means that you may need to, again, what I talked about before, connecting with different people. Networking, that's one of the things that I talked about as well. Networking is necessary. N-I-N. Networking is necessary. In order to move to the next place of success, we have to be able to open our mouths, open up, tell people what we need, and network with people so that we can get to our next place of success. Whether that's in business, as a wife or as a mom, networking is necessary. So that's what I wanted to talk about in regards to repositioning ourselves physically, so that we can be in a place of success, or that we're ready or we're prepared for the success. That's the angle that I'm coming for you today. We're always talking about we want success, we want more clients. I want my kids to be healthier, or I want them to do better in school. I want to be a better mother. I want to have a better loving relationship with my spouse. Well, are you repositioned in a place where you're able to receive that success, laying down the foundation? That's what I'm talking about today. Another thing real quickly before I move on, physically, when I talked about the investments, we need to look at that, really look at what it's worth. What is your business worth tomorrow, not today? What is your business? I know you see the small only got 1 or 2 clients, or the money is not flowing like I would like it to. What is your business worth tomorrow that you'll be willing to make the investment today? What does that look like? You may need to take some more classes. You may need to invest in a life coach. What do you need to do to move to the next place of success in the area of your business? So I'm going to leave that alone. The next one I just have real quickly and briefly is emotionally. Sometimes we need to reposition ourselves emotionally so that we can lay the foundation so that we can receive the success. And emotionally, what I have in my notes here is letting go of things from your past and forgiving. Is there some things in your past that you need to let go of, or some people that you need to forgive, some things that happened that you need to forgive? Because what that does is it stops us from, because we have trust issues, that's what comes out of that, and it stops us from being able to connect and network with other people because you have those trust issues. Oh, well, this person in the past did this to me, so they're probably going to do it again. Oh, I can't partner up with this person in business because, last year or, 10 years ago or when I was a child, this person did this. They're probably going to trample over me again. No, we have to learn how to forgive and move on. And even though some people may believe that, emotions is not connected to business, absolutely it is. Because when you're not having a good day, emotionally something may be bogging you down or bothering you, then you may not have a productive day at work. So emotions is definitely connected to a place of business. We know already that it's connected to motherhood and in your relationship with your spouse. Even forgiving and moving past some of the things from your past so that you can have a loving marriage that works. So that you can connect and have a better relationship with your children. These are some of the things that we need to do to reposition ourselves so that we can receive success. The last thing that I want to talk about is mentally. What do I need to do mentally? How do I need to reposition myself mentally? So what does that look like in your life? And what does it look like in my life so that I can be in a place to receive success? So some of the things that I have in my notes here is think bigger. Thinking bigger outside of the box. Stop thinking on the level of I'm only going to get up to 10 clients, or my husband's only going to love me enough for this, or my child is only going to be this successful. Think outside of that. What do you desire? Where do you see yourself? And that's the problem. You have to see yourself further. Thinking bigger and moving outside of, or thinking outside of the box, I should say. You have to see yourself in a different place, and you have to see yourself bigger than what you see yourself currently. Your current situation does not dictate what's going to happen in your future as far as your marriage, as far as your children's future, them being successful, as far as your business. So we have to think bigger and outside of the box. Where do you desire to see yourself? And I oftentimes talk about painting a bigger picture. That can come in a Sorry about that, Facebook. I got a call. You have to be able to paint a bigger picture so that the goal is clear, the plan is clear. Or so you have your bigger picture, and then what you have to do is work the middle. So from where you are to where your bigger picture is, and you have to value yourself. The only way you're going to be able to think bigger and see yourself on another level or see yourself at the next place of success is if you value what's inside of you. And I'm just going through my notes here. What are you worth today? That'll be my question to you. What are you worth? I know I'm worth millions and billions of dollars. I don't know what you all think. Another thing I want to talk about, and this is something that we talked about at the women's empowerment session that I went to on Saturday, is we gotta stop comparing ourselves to others, because that's how you start to devalue yourself. You can't, for me, I can't compare myself to an event planner who's been in the game for 20 years. I can't compare myself to a life coach who's been in the game for 20 years and have thousands of clients. I can't do that, because this is where I am and this is where I desire to go. That person's plan or their bigger picture may look totally different from mine. So I can't begin to compare myself to other people. What I have to do is I have to get a bigger picture for myself. I have to get a plan for myself and work my bigger picture and work my plan. So that's what we have to do. We can't compare ourselves to others. And oftentimes I always talk about this, and I mentioned it to my husband. This is the last thing that I will talk about. We have to reposition ourselves today, whether that looks like physically, mentally, or emotionally, whatever that looks like for you. We have to reposition ourselves, because as long as we stay in a place that we're stagnant and we're just sitting there, or we're moving, I don't want to say slow, because sometimes you do need to take baby steps, but when we're in a place where we're stopping our own growth, there's a group of people that's out there that's waiting for what's inside of you. And that's another reason why you can't compare yourself to others, because there's something inside of you that a group of people is attached to and they're waiting for. So we have to begin to get in a place, again, physically, mentally, and emotionally, where we can have our foundation complete. So when success does come, all the things that we're praying for and we're asking for and we're trying to connect with people for, when those things come, we'll be able to handle those things. And they will come. Trust me, they will come. And again, one last thing I will leave with you is begin to paint that bigger picture. I think what hurts us the most or hinders us the most, and some people are different, but that mental aspect, thinking outside the box and just thinking bigger for where we're at now, looking at our present circumstances, just looking at where we would like to be in the future, and again, working that middle. So that's all that I have for you today. I hope that really helps someone. Are you repositioned for success? If not, and you want change in your life, and again, whatever area that may be, as a wife-mom-preneur, whatever area that may be, today I challenge you to reposition yourself for change. If you would like to contact me for any additional questions or concerns or just to chat, if you are in need of a coach, I'll be more than happy to coach you as a wife-mom-preneur. Please reach out to me. My website is tramika.com. I can be found on Periscope, on Facebook, or Instagram. Those are the most places people reach out to me, so you're more than welcome to reach out to me there. You can send me an email. You're more than welcome to call me. If you are subscribed to my website, all you have to do is go to Craddock.com. If you're subscribed to my website, you're going to see all the ongoing promotions and events and things of that nature that I have going on, whether it's for event planning or for coaching. So I encourage you to go to my website today, Craddock.com, and go ahead and subscribe, and you will begin to receive correspondence from me on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, however I decide to send that out. So again, I want to thank you all for joining me so much for Topic Tuesday, or my Periscope family, everybody on Facebook. If you have not already on Periscope, go ahead and share this video so everyone you're connected to will be able to reposition themselves today. And if you're on Facebook, at the end of this video, if you go ahead and share on your timeline as well, so everyone you're connected to will know that you're making a serious change to reposition yourself, so they should as well. Again, thank you so much for joining me for Topic Tuesday. You all have a productive rest of the week.